been wrestling with my identity. I don't think your genitals equals your gender. I have been in and out of the closet when it comes to being trans several times now. Honestly, I have been prioritizing healing my traumas. Our God created trans people. Before we start, I don't know why I didn't mention this in the video, but this is a collaboration between my other channel, Trix and this channel, Trix, Ink and Ivy, and I published this video under Trix, Ink and Ivy because I want you to get to know me better, and this is part of my life story and why I do art, because of things I'm talking about in this video. So I just wanted to make that disclaimer before we start. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Trix and I make content about visual arts, creativity. I'm very creative and I have many interests. So welcome to this new video on the channel. In today's video I want to talk about something important. It's a little bit hard. I have been wrestling with my identity for a very long time and I haven't really spoken about it on this channel. The only thing I have been speaking about is that I am queer when it comes to my sexuality, when it comes to my romantic relationships. I am gay, or I prefer queer because I am bisexual, but I tend to lean more on feminine coded bodies, if I can say that, but that don't exclude trans people. But if I can say it outright, I don't like cis men. I like trans men, trans women, cis women. So I guess I'm not really bisexual, but more gay or queer, or I don't know how to put it more than I have that preference. And I have talked about that. I have talked about it on the channel. I don't think, also this is important, I don't think your genitals equals your gender, because I say I don't like cis men, but that doesn't mean that trans men aren't men, because I am in a relationship with a trans man and I see him fully as a man, but yeah, I prefer what you would call feminine body parts. I don't know how to put it, but yeah. This is complicated. It's very complicated. Especially since I have my own identity and I am also trans. So I have said it now. I am trans, but in a different way than my partner is. My partner is a binary trans man. I am non-binary. I am gender fluid or genderqueer. I like the term genderqueer, but I realize that I am more fluid maybe. And it's very important for me to have a label for it because I have been so miserable for so long. Having a label is like having an answer why you are different. It's having an answer or having an answer for why you function differently or thinking differently or want to express yourself differently, I always felt like I'm not worthy of anything because I didn't even knew who I was. Okay, so this was a little bit more difficult than I expected. Before we continue, please let me remind you of my website where you can find merch, digital downloads, even freebies and memberships that are free, and my newsletter and my blog and everything behind the scenes. Please check it out. It has art prints as well. It has taken me a few weeks to record this video. I had to take a little break and just do some drawings and things. I think what makes me scared is to put it out there because people will criticize it. People tend to be against trans people as a whole, but especially non-binary because they don't understand it. And because of that, I want to explain why I take this label, why it's important for me to realize this, because if I could choose, I would rather be the gender I was born as, because that would be much easier, right? So I want to continue with explaining how being genderqueer or gender fluid feels like for me. And it feels like fearing a binary transition but still feeling uncomfortable in the body and the female parts in my case I have. When I'm thinking about transitioning in a binary way, like going from a woman to a trans man, then I feel fear because that's not who I am. But at the same time, I feel out of place in my own body and I feel dysphoric because of my female parts, if that makes sense. And it's different days when it comes to expression. I tend to dress kind of androgynous most days, but some days I dress more. I know it has not to do with how you dress, but I express myself more and carry myself more feminine some days and more masculine some days. And I think that is that is what makes me fluid or genderqueer, because some days I'm not very dysphoric at all. Some days I can't with myself. It's hard to explain. I would like to be a woman all of the time, of course, who wouldn't want to be what they're born as. That makes me think that I don't understand why people are why so many people are against trans people, because wouldn't it be easier to just not be trans? So the fact that some people do the transition regardless of the society, isn't that just proof that trans people are valid? Because nobody wants to do that if they are not required to by how they feel or how they are born with. I mean, you wouldn't do that if you're not really need it. I have been in and out of the closet when it comes to being trans several times now. I have actually been out as a queer person when it comes to my sexuality for a long time, since I was a teenager, a young teenager, I think maybe 13 or 14. But when it comes to me being transgender, it was a time in my life, I think I was like between 26 and 28, or 25 and 28 or something like that. I live fully as a man. I lived fully as a trans man, and I can put up some picture on the screen for you to look at and see that this is a serious thing for me. And I really like how I was back then, how I carried myself, and I like the person I was then more than the person I am now, although I don't want to do a medical transition like going on hormones or like surgery. Maybe I want to correct some things like my chest and stuff, not entirely remove things, but like make my boobs smaller, maybe that. But other than that, I feel like it's more of a social transition and more as a thing I do for myself, because when I lived or when I was presenting myself as a trans man, and when I used he/him pronouns, I were happier. I think maybe being the person I am now, maybe being the person I want to be, don't require me to cut my hair or have another style or something. But this only shows I have been out twice before and met with so much backlash, so it forced myself into the closet again. And it was mainly from my family and from some of my friends. And yeah, I'm fed up. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of not being me. Honestly, I have been prioritizing healing my traumas before I wanted to do this work as coming out the third time as a trans person. I don't know how many of you come from my other channel and how many of you know, but I have several traumas, both childhood trauma. I have been through emotional, physical, sexual abuse. I have been through neglect, both emotional, physical, educational neglect as a child. I was undiagnosed severely autistic because in the 90s girls with autism wasn't really a thing if you weren't extraordinarily disabled. And I was for a while non-verbal, but somehow they missed me. They missed to diagnose me. They missed that entirely, and that was because of neglect. It was a lot in my childhood. I have been like in children's care homes, in psychiatric hospitals, everything. It was a mess. I was also sexually assaulted as a kid, as a young kid, like 7 years old, and it happened many times until I was like 12 or something, or 13, I can't remember. And then as an adult, I have been in a violent relationship. I was obviously not the violent one. My ex-partner was violent towards me. He abused me physically, sexually, emotionally. My psychologist actually labeled it as gaslighting as well. It's not something I have labeled it, but what I told her, she labeled it as gaslighting. So it wasn't really small things, and he did even rape me with 4 of his friends, like twice. It has been a lot. I'm sorry if this was a lot. But I have, and after that, when I got out of that relationship, I was raped again by 2 other men in a car, in a van. And after that, I got diagnosed with CPTSD and DID. So why am I telling you all of this? Well, I am prioritizing healing those things before I can properly come out of the closet again, or come out as trans again. And that is because I didn't have the bandwidth to managing everything. And now I feel like I am becoming better and better with the trauma stuff. I am healing, and then I can also be myself fully. This isn't something that will affect my love life and relationship, since I am already in a relationship, and he is also trans. We are both trans, and we know each other's experiences, although he is a trans man and I am non-binary or gender fluid, genderqueer. And my partner has told me that he doesn't want to change a thing about me, and he is happy with any version of me that is what I want to represent myself as, or as long as I live what is true to me, then he is happy and will stay and accept that. And I'm so proud of him for being himself, and I'm also so proud of him for accepting me in this season of my life when I am healing from trauma and also coming out again. So this isn't something that will negatively affect my love life. I think maybe it will strengthening my love life. And regarding family and friends, the only thing I can do is being myself, and if they don't accept that, then we have nothing more to say each other. But I think most of them eventually will accept that now. Maybe I'm naive, but I want to believe that they will accept it now. And if they don't, then that's their right. But I will no longer adjust that part of myself just for the sake of others. I don't think this will affect my spiritual beliefs or religion at all, actually. I am a Trinitarian Wiccan, also called a Christian Wiccan. So yes, I am a Christ follower, but in my opinion, our God created trans people. Our God created everyone as they are. And that is my right to believe that. And I don't have to bow down to your interpretation of the Bible. Sorry, not sorry, really. I have an understanding of the Bible and I interpret it in my way, and I don't have to listen to your interpretation if you are against trans people and LGBTQ plus people. I don't need to listen to you. So I don't think my religious views and my religion will be affected at all. Luckily in Sweden, most churches, at least the official Church of Sweden, is LGBTQ plus affirming, so I don't think it will be a problem going to church either. How am I planning to moving forward? You might answer, that was weird. Sorry, that was a weird ending of this video. But how I am planning to moving forward is simply gradually being more open with this, and this is if something very open to share this on YouTube, and I will not make a drastic difference to my appearance or something. I will just naturally let it progress forward. And yeah, I think that was it for this video. And comment what you think. And just so you know, some words are like blocked from the comment section just because I don't want trolls to comment, and especially not right-wing conservative religious people. So yes, your comment might be blocked if it contains certain words, so just bear that in mind. But otherwise I want to hear what you think, and if you have any criticism, it's valid, but please word it with a kind spirit. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!